it's me, Persita, and this is Persita's Paradox. So today we are in our recap. Thursday's thought of the day, question of the day was, are you catching feelings or are you catching flights? It's always an interesting dynamic to really understand how exactly the human emotions work. And to be perfectly honest with you, there's absolutely no complete structure that has been forthright in coming what really manifests in our minds when it comes to how we express ourselves and our feelings. We all have a generalization about how we move, but then there's an individual aspect of each one of us that makes us uniquely made to respond to things different. Now, when I say, are you catching feelings or catching flights, what I basically am insinuating is, are you really focusing on what people are saying and doing about you and their perspectives and how they validate you? Or are you in a situation of understanding that in catching flights, you're an individual, you're flying high, you're soaring like an eagle, you're above the BS, and you really just don't have the time to wait for people to validate you? We see memes all the time. We see things on Instagram and Facebook and things of that nature that describe ways to motivate yourselves. And a lot of them are self-motivated based comments, but a few of them are really more an emotional, conceited, slight twist on the spin of what individuality and self-awareness would be. And I would really garnish you to believe that you want to be equipped to know what exactly it is that your brain is doing. And you don't really want to ever lean on any particular one side, not in a position of feeling as if you can only feel, and you make statements like, well, that's just who I am and that's how I'm feeling, and expect others to respond or feel the exact same way. And in the exact same breath, I would also state that you want to understand that when you are in a catching flight mindset, an individuality mindset, that even in individuality, there's a sense of teamwork, because all must understand that there's no success in one. There's always a team. There's always a sense of purpose that includes more than one person. So even when we're speaking in catching flights, think about the flight. There's more than one person on the flight. You're a passenger. There's other passengers. There's a captain. There's stewardesses. There's other things that actually have to happen. And when you're catching flight, you are absolutely in a team mindset. You're an individual, but you're also in a team togetherness group. I have a girlfriend, and she has this tagline where she says, those are my people. Don't mess with my people. And I'm really interested in understanding, do we all have a sense of understanding that we have a sense of people? And they could be relatives, they could be friends, they could be colleagues, but there are people that you understand who simply walk with you in your purpose to help you get there. Typically, they're a bigger cheerleader than you. They absolutely give you wood for your fire. They assist you in keeping the fire burning within you, and you also in them. There's no fun in being successful if the people around you aren't successful. And when you're catching flights, you're very aware of that scenario. I don't want to be wealthy if the people that I love and care for, the people that I want to be with me, are not catching flights also. So you want to look at catching flights as an individual, but you also want to say that, yeah, we can hold on to the I'm not really caring about what people think and how they move and what they say. And it's all about me, and as long as I got me, I'm good mentality. But in the exact same breath, you want to know that you want to catch feelings when you need to, but flights require people, and you have to divide the two. Feelings are hard because sometimes we really find ourselves catching feelings in a manner that it stagnates everything that we're trying to catch a flight to do. So in the middle of it, just imagine you're running through the airport and you're saying to yourself, I got this flight to catch and I got to get there. And then right in the middle, someone accidentally trips you. And before you even listen to why or have an empathetic spirit about what happened, you're already in your emotions and you're upset and you're yelling and screaming and fussing at the person. And guess what? You missed the flight because you're catching so many feelings. And we're so inapt to believe that everyone is out to hurt our feelings, or we have all these haters and the haters are out to hurt me. Hate to be the one to break it to you, but not all critics are haters. Sometimes there are people in your life that are there simply to give you direction, which is why the catching feelings and catching flights to me tie together so greatly. You must understand that feelings will mess with you and hurt you more than they'll help you. Now, there's times that I would say that there's always a point of communication, and that is the key to really find the decisions that you need to make between the catching feelings and flight analogy. But here's the other part. You also have to use this thing called common sense. And expectations are things that even though we swear that we are not going to have for people, and we completely try to guard our heart, there it is, to not be in a position of getting hurt, we're going to always get hurt. I mean, we can try, right? We can try to tell ourselves that we're this little island that we live on and nothing bothers us, and, people don't let us down and so on and so forth. But the truth of the matter is that you're going to always have some sense of expectation for everyone that's in your life. Be it they should know better, or they should know you, or the communication should be better, or whatever it is. But you're going to have a sense of expectation. The way you move in that expectation is really the key. Not don't have expectations, because you have to. There's absolutely no way to walk through life and not expect something to come to some sense of a finish or an end. So when we say that, it's just a matter of trying to guard our heart and not catch feelings. But we sound more unrealistic about our feelings than if we would just catch feelings. So you want to be in a place of understanding just that simple statement. You're going to have expectations and you're going to catch feelings. You just have to watch how those feelings are moving in your mind, and if they actually jeopardize things that you need to do and say, and places and people that you need to go and meet. So that question still remains: are you focusing on catching feelings, or are you focusing on catching flights? Truth always remains, and there's a balance. Everything in life has to have a sense of balance. You can't just work out and eat bad, and you can't eat great and never work out. It doesn't work. Everything is balance. Everything. So that's what makes that analogy so interesting, that metaphor so different. Catching feelings or catching flights, which one are you doing? I'd like to say I'm doing a little bit of both. I hope. That's really my goal. But at the same time, the goal is to not do one more than the other across the board. You want to do them, but you want to be aware of how you're doing them. So it's always this funny part of, we have these extremes where we're talking. Like I said, the metaphors on the Instagram and Facebook and YouTube are all about empowering and self-power and so on and so forth. But you can be as powerful as you want. If you're absolutely not around anyone to showcase the power, it's pointless. And if you don't have the ability to understand when to showcase the power, it's pointless. So I say all that to say, you really want to be able to do both, just to the best of your ability and with the best tool possible in every individual situation. Empathy is something that we all need. It's not something that we carry, because we're, again, so worried about how much of a feeling we're catching for a situation or a person that we're just not empathetic. We don't think that other people can hurt while you're hurting, and we take everything so personal. And I propose to you today that you don't allow your feelings to mess up your flights, and you find the balance between the two. Thank you again so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate your time. I greatly appreciate your new subscriptions. I absolutely appreciate you going back through the videos. I'm seeing a lot of attention all the way back to my birthday video, which was amazing. I would ask that you share and comment as much as you possibly can. Get it out. Let people know about the channel. If you enjoyed the channel, there's no way I can do it without you, and I greatly appreciate all your additional promotions. We're trying to get this channel to 10,000 people, but we're also trying to keep our views at its maximum. So please, please, please do share, comment, and like the video as often as you possibly can. Matter of fact, if there's a way to double do it, I would say double dip it as much as you can. But again, in the interim of all of those things, all I ask is that you do three things. Live life authentic. If you can focus on that, you will have a prosperous life. Thank you again so much for your time, and have a blessed day.